Alright! Welcome back to Schoolmates. Naging mainit nga yung palitan ng ating diskusyon kanina mula sa ating mga debaters. Pero ngayon naman, pupunta tayo sa ating free flow discussion. So again, gaya ng lagi namin pinapaalala sa bawat episode, ang role ng aming programa ay hindi upang diktahan kung ano ang tama or mali. Ang gusto naming marinig ay kung ano ang opinyon ng bawat kabataan at mas mapalawak ang ating kaalaman sa issue ng ating bansa. And with that, sisimulan ko na sa ating unang katanungan. Ready na ba ang mga debaters? Alright. First question is, bukod sa naging opinyon ng isang tao na na-cancel, dapat rin bang madamay ang kanyang kasarian, kabuhayan, sa pagbatikos o pagkansela sa kanya ng lipunan? I think this is a very straightforward question.
We believe na hindi po. Kasi yung mistake na nagagawa nila, hindi naman yun yung nagde-define na sila, yung nagde-define sa kanila solely as a person. Kaya dapat, hindi rin dapat targetin sila personally na to the point na dadamay yung kanilang sexuality and yung personal life nila.
And also, all humans has the right to freedom of opinion and expression, regardless of their race, culture, tradition.
Article 3, Section 4 of 1987 Philippine Constitution, hindi namin nililimit na magkaroon kayo ng freedom of expression, hindi namin nililimit na magkaroon kayo ng opinionated version, but at the same time, kung ang person is kinakailangan pa nating limitahan according sa kanyang gender, according sa kanyang identity, it actually depends on their action na tinake advantage. Kasi we are pertaining here that cancel culture is depends on the action of the person itself. And ano ba yung stand na ginagamit niya? Ano ba yung platform na ginagamit niya? Ano ba yung influence na ginagamit niya? At higit sa lahat, ano ba yung mismong siya nung ginawa niya yung action na yun?
So, parang personality ng tao, tama ba? Kung ano yung personalidad ng tao na yon nung sinabi niya, kung saang stature ba siya, gano'n? Like, for, ito, bigyan natin ng example, no, para mas palawigin natin. Example, sinabi ng isang person or kilalang personalidad na parang, bakit dapat magpasalamat tayo na marami tayong trabaho or magpasalamat tayo na nakakapag-commute tayo everyday. Pero siya ay isang mayaman na personalidad. Masasabi ba natin na dapat nating kanselahin ang kung ano man ang kanyang sinabi? Anong point nyo dito? Ito yung gusto kong specific example. May masasabi ba kayo dito? Ashley?
But the thing is kasi, let's first consider, you are in a platform. You are being seen. You are an influence to the mass media. And from there, you are susceptible. You let yourself be susceptible to judgment. And those judgments, you cannot control them because then again, freedom of speech and expression of the people. So, you must be reminded that your actions, you should consider your actions regardless of whatever it is. Kahit hindi siya mali, pero sa tingin ng taong bayan na mali yun, you cannot do anything about it because that is the public opinion and you cannot control public opinion.
And our Constitution agree that freedom of speech have the rights to know the truth itself. Ano ba yung kinakailangan naming malaman as a person? Ano ba yung kinakailangan namin ma-know or ma-notice? At higit sa lahat, ano ba yung nararapat na sanction sa person na gumawa ng action na hindi naman tama?
And add ko lang, we are free to do whatever we want and express ourselves. But at the same time, we should have limits.
But then, cancel culture is an abuse of freedom of speech. So, kung sinabi natin na nakagawa nga ng pagkakamali, then we should call them out in a nice way or hindi natin kailangan i-call them names or i-attack yung person mismo. Attack their own opinions rather than the person itself.
Okay, sige. Nandito na tayo sa usaping ano nga ba yung katayuan ng person na nagsasalita para makancel siya or hindi. So, simulan natin naman yung second question. Ang cancel culture sa ating lipunan, and I think this has been part of your points, no? Ginagamit siyang means of social justice. Sa panahon ngayon, tingin nyo ba akma ang cancel culture as means of social justice? Is it effective as a means of social justice? Is it yes or a no?
Magkaiba kasi ang speaking up para sa justice sa canceling. Ang nangyayari sa cancel culture, nagbabackfire yung mga opinions or yung mga sinasabi ng tao. For example, yung tao na kinakancel, sinasabi na mali siya, and then inaatake din siya. Hindi dapat ganon paraan ang gagawin natin. Dapat i-focus natin yung mali kasi magkaiba ang sa social justice, ang speaking up for the social justice and pag-cancel mismo.
But, first of all, di ba, saan ba nagmumula? Because cancellation is aggression. Where does aggression start? If you are not heard, what will you do? If your voice is not heard, you will make it louder. If you make it louder and it's still not heard, what will you do? You will take a mass of people to help you voice out yourself. Kaya nagkakaroon ng aggression because being called out once is not good enough. That is why there are multiple times, and that calling out becomes canceling. Because you cannot use one reason and not make it heard, and then after nun, biglang wala, you will not be given the proper justice. That is why there is aggression. That is why people are getting canceled, because for the first time, they did it properly and formally. What happened? Wala. 'Di ba? Kapag hindi ka marinig ng isang tao, sisigaw ka at sisigaw.
Okay, the problem with aggression, pagpapangunahan natin ang ating emosyon sa pag-handle ng mga bagay-bagay, we can harm people. 'Di ba? Freedom of opinion and expression has its own limits. Yung limits dapat hindi makaka-harm sa ibang tao. The problem with aggression kasi, in cancel culture, naging normal na lang yung pangbubuli, yung mga hateful comments, and also death threats. Cancel culture increased polarization, harassment, and flaming, instead of having a lively discussion and open forum.
Pero paano naman kasi yung Article 3, Section 7, 1987, Philippine Constitution? We have the freedom to say what we wanted to. And the people itself have the freedom to also know the truth. The justice they wanted to. Yes, sabi mo nga, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga sinasabi nating dark, racial, ganon. Pero kasi, paano nga ba nangyayari yun? Di ba una kino-call out muna natin yung person? Calling them out, then after that, we will going to cancel them. Bakit natin sila kino-call out at the first place? Di ba sinasabi namin, it's all about the action itself. It's all about what they do that not right. Kasi nga, bakit naman natin i-call out ng isang tao kung may ginawa naman silang tama? I-call out lang naman natin sila kasi may ginagawa silang mali. And yun yung gina-justify namin. Bakit nga ba kailangan ng isang tao ma-call out kung wala siyang ginawang mali? And bakit may mga laws na nakasupport doon na hindi naman dapat or mali ang canceling?
Cancel culture is a bad form of calling out someone. Kagaya nga na sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, is ang ginagawa natin pang-cancel o pang-call out sa ibang tao is ina-attack na natin yung person, hindi yung action niya. We should condemn the action, not criticize the person.
Okay.
Pero kasi, what if yung gamit niyang platform, it is a powerful platform. Example, isa siyang influencer. And yung influencer na yun, ginamit niya yung platform na yun para makatawid siya dun sa action na yun. So bakit natin hindi natin kukunin yung platform na meron siya para hindi na siya makadamage pa ng ibang tao? Kasi di ba ganun din naman sa real life? Kailangan natin kunin mismo yung accountability ng isang tao. Ano ba yung ginamit niya sa action na ron para nagkaroon siya ng action na mismo na ginawa niya sa present times.
And to add lang, there are influencers, there are people in the media who are actually accused, and totoo. Those accusations, again, aggression is to be heard. That aggression is not bad because we are aggressive, because we are passionate, dun sa gusto natin iparating, dun sa mga taong hindi tayo pinaparinggan, because they have the power. And people who have the power will only reside to those who have money, right? So paano natin, let's say, how will we validate those who are not heard? And they only settle to aggression kasi nga, hindi sila pinaparinggan. That is why we call out and call out and call out until you are no longer subjected to being called out but cancelled. Because hindi mo tinitignan yung consequences of your actions and you're not giving the proper justice to those people who are actually receiving the proper harmful things from those influencers dun sa nakakataas. We are talking. They are not listening.
But then, in cancel culture, hindi naman 100% ang kaso na nagsistart sa pang-call out muna. Merong mga cases, for example, sa social media, kapag nakagawa ka ng isang mali, or like hindi sikat na content creator, pag nakagawa siya ng isang mali, nakakancel agad siya. hindi naman lahat nagsistart sa pangko-call out. And ang sinasabi namin, gumamit tayo ng tamang paraan instead of the tactics, intimidating tactics ng cancel culture and the harsh measures itself.
Okay, sige. Ngayon, medyo ang naririnig natin is ang basis ninyo is someone in power. It's someone who is in the media, an influencer. Ngayon, ibaba naman natin. Ano nga ba yung meaning ng cancel culture kung ang kakancelin mo ay isang miyembro ng pamilya mo? So, ang pag-cancel ba sa miyembro ng isang pamilya or kaibigan mo na iba ang pananaw sa opinion mo ay matatawag nga ba nating cancel culture?
Okay, before we resort to canceling someone, dapat malaman muna natin ano muna yung ika-cancel natin. Dapat alam natin kung ano yung laman. Kung ito ba ay nakaka-apekto na sa ibang tao, syempre magre-resort tayo doon at the first place sa canceling. Kasi bakit ba nangyayari ang canceling at the first place? It's because it affects people. That's all.
May tanong ako, wait, sorry. Sa mga debaters natin, no? Ano ang difference sa inyo ng call-out at ng cancel culture? Kasi feeling ko parang progression yung sinasabi niyo eh. Call out, then call out until canceled.
Call out is within-
Differentiate natin. Ano yung meaning ng call-out at ano yung different ng cancel culture? Kayo muna.
For us, calling out po kasi is more on addressing the mistake ng tao and i-call out mo siya para mag-learn siya dun sa maling ginawa niya. However, in cancel culture kasi, canceling someone, hindi mo na siya binibigyan ng opportunity to grow. Parang shina-shut off mo na lang siya to explain him or herself para mabigyan pa siya ng opportunity kung naitama, kung ano nga ba yung maling nagawa niya.
Ang difference ng cancel.
Ang different projects po sa call out and sa canceling. If you are calling someone out, you are encouraging them to change the action itself. Pero bakit nga ba? Ano yung pagkakaiba nila sa mismong canceling? Kapag canceling kasi, kinukuha na mismo kung ano ba yung mahalaga sa kanila. Example is yung platform na ginamit nila about doon sa action na yon. Kasi sa calling out, you are being kind. You are being improved. Like, you wanted them to change, but at the same time, you were just calling them out. You were like, hoy, gawin mo naman to, ganyan. Pero sa canceling, ano ba yung mismo, gaano ba kalala yung ginawa mong action? Gaano ba kalala na sa mismong platform mo, kukunin na talaga?
Okay, so sige, meaning natin doon, no? So to just stabilize the parameters, pag sinabi natin cancel culture, binoboycott nyo yung mismong individual. Kumbaga, parang siya mismo, ang buong pagkatao niya ay binoboycott nyo. So yun ang difference, ha, para sa schoolmates natin, what's the difference of call out and cancel culture. Pero guys, awatin ko muna kayo, no? Punta tayo sa next question natin. Pinag-uusapan natin kanina kung makakatulong ba or hindi sa inyong opinion. Makakatulong ba ang cancel culture sa in forming a well-balanced society? Why or why not? Go.
No po. Kasi in cancel culture, merong mga taong hindi na nabibigyan ng opportunity to speak up. And again, yung cancel culture, parang it promotes self-censorship. So yung mga tao, natatakot silang i-express yung opinion nila publicly or mag-engage sa mga open communication dahil natatakot sila sa public backlash o baka mabash sila ng mga taong different opinion with their.
In addition with that, cancel culture is intolerance. It means hindi siya tolerance. And tolerance is the tool for fostering peace. We need a pluralistic society in which nourishes innovation and progress, where diverse people with unique life experiences develop and share ideas. But in cancel culture, if you disagree, if you are different, then we will cancel you.
Again, we are in the parameter of Philippines, and democracy is a one thing that is very variable of us as a person and as a Filipino human being in this country. Now, bakit nga ba nagkakaroon tayo? Kagaya nga na sinabi ko kanina, amplifying voices of the marginalized people. We are giving them freedom to express themselves. We are giving them freedom to speak out for themselves. And we are giving them freedom kung ano ba yung ginawa ng isang tao na yon na nakaka-affect na sa influence niya or sa mismong platform na ginagamit niya. Or mismo, ano yung ginawa niya na nakaka-apekto na hindi maganda. Or yung action niya mismo na mismong hindi na makatarungan kaya namin siya kinakancel.
Yes, but then,
Pero
and
the thing is, are you comfortable? This is just a simple question. Are you comfortable knowing that someone was accused of something and it was right? Let's say an abuser. Let's say an influencer is an abuser and he is still, or she, they are still out in the open, using their platforms, still in the media. Will you be comfortable seeing them flourish while those who were affected, the victims of those who have been affected by that abuser, is not being heard? Will you be comfortable seeing them flourish and them not being heard?
Kaya nga, mag-speak up tayo and then isama natin yung batas. May legal action tayong pwedeng isampa sa mga abusers na katulad na ganon. If
But
we
then they're
speak
not being
up,
heard.
if we speak up and then marinig ng justice, ay iimbestigahan.
Do you think the Philippine system is okay? Do you think sa sistema ng Pilipinas okay pa rin? Because we are talking about people who are speaking, however, they are not being heard because people only the power of the people only resides to those who have money. That is why aggression nga, babalik tayo sa aggression. People voice out their thoughts. They are not being heard. Yun ang problema natin. Because whatever happens, you will not be comfortable ever to a person na nagagamit pa rin yung platform niya kahit alam mong may nagawa siyang mali.
In addition to that, makikita nyo pa rin siyang nag-i-influence ng iba't ibang tao. Nakikita nyo pa din. Now, nakikita nyo siyang nai-influence, pero kino-call out lang siya. Hindi siya kina-cut off. Pero mali na lahat ng ginagawa niya, and nagmo-motivate pa siya to do that action. Sa tingin nyo ba nasa tama pa rin yun? Lalo na kung yung justify ng justice ng Pilipinas ay hindi nasa maayos ng sistema ng balangkas nito.
We have a restorative justice kung saan ina-address yung mga harm and conflict sa community and focusing on pag-aayos ng problema. We should not criticize the person.
But do you think that we are receiving the proper justice to those people who are not being heard because people of power have money to shut them off?
So, ang nagiging solusyon nyo is magkaroon tayo ng war on social media. Sinabi nyo na nga, social media is toxic. So, kung hindi tayo magkakaroon ng better na pag-i-speak up, magkaiba kasi ang speak up sa pagka-cancel.
Okay, so sige, guys, awat muna tayo, no? Dahil napag-usapan natin or at least nabanggit nyo na there are already laws or is there a law nga ba regarding cancel culture? Is there a need to specifically create a law that regulates or at least itemizes what constitutes cancel culture and what are the consequences of it? Tingin nyo ba?
Yes po. I think dapat talaga magkaroon ng law to regulate cancel culture kasi nga po ang nangyayari din sa cancel culture, if you abuse your freedom of speech, pwede ka rin makasuhan ng cyber libel. If mali naman yung ina-accuse nyo dun sa taong nagkaroon ng mali. For example, yung sa case ni Jessie Concepcion, which is a TikToker, na inaccuse siya na he is a bully. Pero mali naman yon, and that affects his mental health and yung ng family nila. That's why kailangan ng law na nagre-regulate sa cancel culture.
Pero sige, ang bigyan natin ng ng pangil yun. Sinabi natin na kailangan ng regulation ng cancel culture. Kung kayo ang maggagawa ng law na to, anong laman ng cancel culture? Ano ang repercussions of cancel culture?
Sa cancel culture po kasi, it really depends on the action itself. But if we are going to decide what law should it take, kailangan po mismong yung justify mismo ng Pilipinas, yung justice system ng Pilipinas, maisaayos para yung mismong tao na na-accountable doon is nasa tamang kalagayan. Kagaya nga po nung sinabi kanina namin dalawang laws is the Article 3, Section 4 and Article 3, Section 7 of 1987 Philippine Constitution. Dalawa po yung nagbibigay ng freedom of speech. Dalawa rin po yung nagre-recognize na ang a person ay pwede or free magbigay ng opinion as long as her action, his or her action is valid or walang masama. But at the same time, yung law na gagamitin namin is to call out the someone and to cut them off if something really, really bad yung ginawa niya. Yung technically, example, kaya namin kukunin yung platform niya kasi alam namin na yung tao na yon is nakagawa ng pagkakamali na hindi na mapapatawad ng batas.
Yes, our team believe that there should be a repercussion na dapat hindi nakakaapekto ng mental health ng mga tao. Especially, hindi nakakadulot ng pangamba o takot na magsalita dahil baka makancel sila. Baka yung opinion ko is hindi magustuhan ng ibang tao at cancelahin nila ako. People should understand and make a law that people are diverse. Opinion are subjective. It means, my opinion, maaring tama para sa akin pero mali para sa inyo. People, and also the law should protect the people na nasisira yung kanilang reputasyon sa social media by false information na ginagamit ng mga cancelers.
That's
Okay.
the consequences of being a part of the media. You are susceptible to judgment again. Like, ulit, let me just state Article 3, Section 7 of the 1987 Constitution of the Philippines, the right of the people to information on matters of public concerns shall be recognized. This gives into the discussion yung nire-recognize ng Constitution natin na solus populi es suprema lex, which is the welfare of the people is the supreme law. Now, how does this connect? Even the Constitution agrees that the people have the power to speak on publicly over their expressions or their feelings.
Okay.
Therefore, it means na lahat or whatever you say is not subjected or hindi, regardless of your mental health, you are freely able to speak of your thoughts.
Okay, sige. Dahil mas mainit na yung diskusyon natin ngayon, no, mas i-involve pa natin ang audience natin dito sa Ramon Pascual Institute. Siyempre, guys, hindi lamang debaters no, ang pwedeng batuhan ng ating katanungan. Dahil kayo din ay makakapagtanong, pero lahat ng yan ay sa pagbabalik lamang ng Schoolmates!